Okay, friends. Now, till now, we have completed two factors which influence the climate. Number one is latitude. Number two is land water relation. Next, let us go to relief structure. What is the relief structure? It means the land covered with ups and downs, or hilly area, or mountain area, valleys. These are mountains, valleys, up, down. These area called these ups and downs called relief structure. So, how the relief of a place affects on a climate? So, if you are staying in the Himalayan region or the hilly region, the climatic conditions, food habits will be different. Now, why there is a difference? Now, let us see how the relief structure affects on the climate of a place. You see, you know that as the as we move away from the bottom of the hill to the top of the hill, if we move away from the bottom of the hill to the top of the hill, what happens? So the temperature decreases. Temperature decreases with the increasing height. Temperature decreases with the increasing height. So as you move away from the bottom of the hill to the top of the hill, temperature decreases. How much temperature decreases? For every 1000 meters, the 6 degrees centigrade decreases. It means if you are moving 1000 meters above, again 6 degrees centigrade decreases, again 1000 meters 6 degrees centigrade decreases. In that way, as you move away from the bottom of the to the top of the temperature decreases. Here the question is, why is the temperature decreasing? So that is the reason actually many people, because of the less temperature and on the top of the hill, many people are going to escape from these heat wave conditions in the summer. So many people go to the different type of hill stations like Simla, Gulmarg, Nainital, Darjeeling, so Ooty, Kodaikanal. So these areas attract the attracts the people from all over the country and all over the world also, the hill station, because to escape from the heat wave conditions, hot conditions during the summer. So these areas, hilly areas, they receive uh, um, they feel less temperature compared to the plain area. Why there is a less temperature on the top of the hill? So there is a, see, first you have to understand here one thing, concept here you have to understand concept. Why there is a reduction in the temperature means, you see, the whenever if the bottom of the hill, the layer of the gas are very thick. If you move away from the layer of gases, the what happens, this layer of gases reduces the the thickness. Why why there is a reduction in the, as you move away from this bottom to top, the layers, the thickness is decreasing atmosphere, because you see gravitation force. Because of the gravitation force, it is holding the all atmosphere. It means when the air content is there, you see. And one more thing is that because of that, because of this, the gravitational force, thicker gases, the temperature is here high. If you move away from this area, because of the lesser thickness of this atmosphere, it gives less temperature, what top of the less temperature. Not only that, one more thing is that, for example, one fire is there, for example. So in the fire, if you put your hand near the fire, what happens? You receive much temperature. If you move away from the fire, what happens? You receive less temperature. You receive less temperature. Temperature decreases. In the same way, you see atmosphere, because of the your atmosphere, how the atmosphere getting heated, very the concept issue here. So atmosphere is, this is atmosphere, you know that atmosphere is not getting heated because of the solar energy, sun rays actually. So here try to understand point very clearly. Atmosphere is not getting heated because of the solar energy or sun rays. The sun, this atmosphere is getting heated, getting temperature, because of the terrestrial radiation. Terrestrial radiation, because the land, whatever the land giving out its temperature, whichever it receives from morning to evening, and it gives out. Already you know that because of the terrestrial radiation, this atmosphere getting heated, not because of the solar energy. So the solar energy directly they are reaching to the land. But so because of this, again this whatever the land getting giving out this temperature, this nearby the atmosphere getting heated. As you move away from this fireball or our earth, or what happens, as you move away from this fire, you will receive less temperature, because that is another reason that as you move away from the bottom of the hill to top of the hill, temperature decreases with increasing height. Here point is that temperature decreases with increasing height. Every 1000 meters, 6 degrees centigrades gets reduced because of the two reasons. Number one is that because of the thicker rays at the bottom and thinner rays at the top. Other one is that because of the gravitation force, these are getting attracted to the land, it is attacking. So as you move away from, because of this, the gravitation force reduces, these layers will become less thick. Because of that also the temperature decreasing. So this is the how the relief structure. It means simple thing. If you are in Himalayas, the temperature will be, the temperature reduces. That's if you are seeing mountain area, hilly area, so the temperature decreases. That is the point. Next, another point is that upper air circulation. It is very important point. Actually, so many students feel difficult to understand this upper air circulation. Focus. You focus on this concept first of all. So before understanding the upper air circulation, the fourth factor, just you recall whichever you have studied in the ninth class. See what happens in the ninth class. You have studied that pressure belts. Recall them. Pressure belts. So Earth, you see, when the on the equatorial region, what happens because of the solar energy or sun rays falling directly over Earth on this overhead or this dropped off this on the equator directly falling on this, what happens because of the straightness or this area is receiving high temperature. So as you move away from this region, the temperature decreases. You know that. So what happens that when there is a here low pressure is taking place, here low pressure on the equatorial region, it is a low pressure taking place. When the low pressure is taking place, it is attracting high pressure winds. So here high pressure winds are coming from in the northeastern direction to the equatorial region. It means you have to understand reasons here. First thing is that this is equatorial region, equatorial low pressure zone, subtropical high pressure zone, subpolar low pressure zone, polar high pressure zone. I'm repeating once again. Equatorial low pressure zone, subtropical high pressure zone, subpolar low pressure zone, polar high pressure zone. It means low pressure, high pressure, low pressure, high pressure. So because of this low pressure is taking place or developing, low pressure is developing in the near the equator, what happens? It attracts, this low pressure attracts the winds from the high pressure subtropical high pressure winds. These subtropical high pressure winds are reaching to equator in the direction of northeast direction. Because of this northeastern direction, they are coming. You see, they are reaching to this equatorial region. So here they are called the permanent winds. You know that permanent winds. Why there is a permanent winds? Because they are continuous flow. There is a this is called trade winds also. You know the trade winds. It is trade winds. German word track. German word track. Based on the track, it is called trade winds. So because many people used to come by using these winds because to reduce their cost of the fuel. So it is because of this regularity, many people used to come in the direction. So you see, these winds are called trade winds. So they are blowing steadily. These winds are blowing very steadily and in the same direction under the constant course, in the same course. It means they are blowing steadily in the same direction in the constant course. So because of that, these winds are called trade winds. Okay. Now if you understand these trade winds, now you see this is all world as a whole. But another thing is that one more here approximately, next you have to understand concept jet streams. What are the jet streams? Because of jet streams, you see, you know that low pressure, high pressure already. I don't want to go into the details. So let us see in the ninth class chapter that. So why there is a high pressure here, why there is low pressure, why there is high pressure, I don't want to go into that. Just you try to get information. So only you have to understand here that just recall whichever study in the ninth class. Equatorial low pressure area attracting winds from the high pressure, subtropical high pressure. They are coming in the northeast direction. They are called trade winds. They are blowing steadily in the same direction, constant course. If you understand it, this much it is enough. Now, let us understand one another very important one concept. They are called jet streams. What are the jet streams? So actually these jet streams approximately developing at the 25 degrees north latitude, 25 degrees approximately at the 25 degrees north latitude. So not on the surface of earth, it is above the 12,000 meters. Actually the above the 12,000 meters, above the 12,000 meters height from the surface of the earth, approximately 25 degrees north latitude. So these are called a jet stream. What are the jet streams? Jet streams are upper air circulation. Nothing but jet streams are air circulation, upper air circulation, not only air circulation, upper region. So about 12,000 meters, there is upper air circulation is there. The upper air circulation, they are fast flowing air currents. These jet streams are fast flowing air currents, and they are flowing in narrow belt. They are flowing in narrow belt. So and also they are in upper atmosphere. It means around the 25 degrees north latitude, above the 12,000 meters of the surface of earth. So there are fast flowing air currents are there. They are in flowing in the narrow belt, and also they are in upper atmosphere. So if you understand this, next the speed also varies. What is the speed of this upper atmosphere air circulation? So you see, this is 110 km per hour in the summer and 184 km per hour in the winter season. So 110 km per in the summer, 184 km per in the winter. So okay, this is right. What is the impact of jet stream actually? So what is the impact of jet stream? Because of this 12,000 meters height, because of this area, this region already it is a cool region. Again because of these jet streams, again neighboring atmosphere getting, again it is cooled because of this already cool atmosphere, again it is cooling because of the jet streams. It starts raining. So this is the it means it is raining near the 25 degrees north latitude because of jet streams. It is making its neighboring atmosphere cool. Already it is cloudy area, the region is cloudy region, again it is becoming the cool, because of that it gives rain. So this is the upper air circulation. So there are four factors very important in point of exam also, just to understand also. Latitudes, effects of climates. So you know that if you move away from the equator to the north or south pole, temperature decreases. You know that land water relationship, because of nature of heating and cooling is different between land and water. So this starts moving winds from the high pressure to low pressure. So it is making the atmosphere cooling. And so next, relief structure. If you move away from the bottom of the hill to the top of the hill, temperature decreases. So upper air circulation, because of the jet streams, it starts raining. Because the weather becomes cool. These are the four factors which affect the climate of place.